good evening, or good morning if you're watching it on Tuesday. I'm recording it at 11:15 p.m. on Monday evening. So I'm saying good evening. That's how Dracula says it. Good evening. Got a few things to talk about tonight. One, your groups. Two, sample paper. Three, the research process. Now, I've had a few emails since I sent out the group lists the other day from people a little confused about what's exactly going on with these groups and why we've got them. And here's the thing. When you look at the lists, you see each group has roughly 5 or 6 people in it. And from there, say we've got 5 people writing about race, right? That means we can have somebody writing about police brutality, somebody writing about discrimination in education, somebody writing about discrimination in the workplace, somebody writing about the theft of natural resources from Native American lands, somebody writing about the treatment of Arab Americans after September 11th. 5 different topics, all about race, right? We can do the same thing with the environment. Somebody can be writing about solar power. Somebody can be writing about climate change. Somebody can be writing about wind power. Somebody could be writing about pollution in the oceans, right? So we have all these people going in these different directions, but all under that umbrella topic of environment or race or gender, right? Where we get somebody talking about workplace discrimination, somebody talking about sexual assault, somebody talking about LGBTQ plus rights or discrimination. Somebody talking about gender neutral bathrooms, right? All these important things dealing with gender, but going in different directions. So the reason we have the groups is to help each other out. You talk to your group mates, help each other find sources, bounce ideas off one another. You'll be doing peer editing in these groups. So you're reading papers with kind of similar topics to your own. And this is the point of the groups. It's a cohort where you can work together and help each other out. You're not writing a paper together. You are just helping each other, bouncing ideas off one another. As far as the sample paper goes, I would, I guess, fit into the environment group. If you've taken a look at the sample paper, I know some of you have, it's about green roofs. The idea is, paper 1, I'm analyzing an article about green roofs. Paper 2, I'm going to present all of my research about green roofs. And paper 3, I'm going to argue about green roofs and say we should have more green roofs on campus at EMU. So when we look at my paper 1, I'm going through an article. That's all I'm doing. It's like a book report. Now you read through it and think, some of the sentences are kind of sloppy. It's a little wonky here, the way stuff goes together. It's a little repetitive. That's great. Those are the things to be noticing. Those are the things we can fix and work on, right? We're going to look at it and make it better. I left that stuff that way on purpose. So you could find the problems. You're thinking, sure you did. I meant to do that. Right. Honestly, I did. I want you to be able to look at that paper and find some problems with it. So then we can start talking about your own papers. Now, what I did was I found 3 sources about green roofs, and I narrowed them down to one particular source that I wanted to write about for paper 1. And I would like y'all to do the same thing. Find 3 sources about your topic, narrow it down to one that works best for paper number 1. But don't forget about those other 2 sources, because you can use them for papers 2 and 3 as well. But this way, you're not just finding the first source that comes up and using it. You're looking at a few and figuring out which one works best for this particular assignment. Now, what you need to do is use the library. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to take a look now at the library website. Here we have Canvas homepage. We're going to go to Halle Library. This is the main homepage of the library. Two things we're going to look at: databases and books and ebooks. We're going to start with books and ebooks. These are the things our library actually owns: books, journals, maps, DVDs, CDs, records. We have a collection of vinyl records. This is also going to include stuff you can't check out, like the reference books, encyclopedias, and such, and things like that. Everything that is in our library can be found in books and ebooks, and the ebooks as well. So if we use this as an example and say, let's look for green roofs. We search green roofs and we find, just waiting for it to find, waiting for it to come around. There we go. 2,722 hits. That's a lot. Obviously, I'm not going to read 2,000 sources, but that's okay. First one, Green Roof Retrofit, Building Urban Resilience by Sarah Wilkinson, Timothy Dixon, and more. J. Timothy Dixon and Timothy Dixon. Father and son, perhaps? I'm not sure. That might be awesome. I'm going to scroll down. Rethinking sustainability toward towards a regenerative economy. Full text. These are ebooks. You can keep on scrolling. There's a lot of ebooks, particularly in the sciences. If we want a hard copy of something, we're going to really have to keep scrolling, but we're going to because I want to look at that. First, we'll take a look at this anthology, Rethinking Sustainability Towards a Regenerative Economy from 2021. Now, the first thing we're going to notice here is that we have some editors. We'll take a look at this. It says it's a full text is available on these two different spots. I want to go to the Springer Link eBooks Open Access. Why? Because I had to choose one, and that's the one I chose. Here we have the table of contents. Now, if we notice here, each chapter, Axiomatic Design in Regenerative Urban Climate Adaptation by Clarice Bleal de Souza, Ilya Vladimirovich Dunichkin, Regenerative Design Tools for the Existing City, HBIM Potentials by Carlo Bianchini, Martina Attini, and Georgia Potesta, etc., etc. Each chapter is written by different people, meaning this is an anthology of essays. So we have editors, these people, who chose these different essays or asked these people to write essays for this collection, and then the editors put them together into one book. Here we have Covering the Gap for an Effective Energy and Environmental Design of Green Roofs, Contributions from Experimental and Modeling Researchers. All right, I've got some green roof stuff. I'm not going to read this whole book. It's 300 pages, and it's mainly not about green roofs, but I have one essay here. So this anthology gives me one 18-page essay. This is perfect. I could definitely write paper one about this one particular essay. I've got my authors, my title, my page numbers. Everything else we need is going to be over here, right? Yeah, title of the book and the editors. So we're in great shape here. Now, if I think, maybe I want to look at a different one, well, I just go back over here and keep on cruising. Scroll down until we find one that's actually in our library. Might take us a bit. ebooks, ebooks, ebooks. Ugh. Loading slowly. Ebooks, ebooks, ebook. One thing with the ebooks is they're awesome. They're easy. You can access them full text online. You don't have to leave your dorm. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to actually go to the library. But sometimes we're going to find books that aren't available full text like that. So we're going to have to go to the library and actually check it out. Ugh, what's going on here? Let's get out of here and try again. Try something different here, like Chaucer. But we find less ebooks about Chaucer. Okay, here we have Chaucer, A European Life. Geoffrey Chaucer lived and worked at the center of political life, yet his poems are anything but conventional. Biography. Here we have the call number. It's on the third level. That means it's on the third floor of the library. Why they say third level, not third floor, I don't know. That is what it is. Most of the books are on the third level. Most of the browsable books, anyway. Chaucer Contemporary Approaches is about how different ways to teach the poetry of Geoffrey Chaucer. Now we keep scrolling down. Chaucer, The Knight's Tale and the Clerk's Tale. Here we have an analysis of two particular parts of the Canterbury Tales. When we click on one of these books that gives us these call numbers, our call number is different than what you might be used to in a high school or a public library. Most K-12 schools and most public libraries are using what were known as the Dewey Decimal System. You've probably heard of the Dewey Decimal System. Some public libraries are moving away from it, but lots of them are still using it. University libraries use the Library of Congress system. So our call number here has nothing to do with C for Chaucer or F for fine. It has P for literature. It's a weird system. Actually, I think it stands for philology. All books about literature are generally in the P's. PR, so I gotta go up to the third level, find the P's, find PR, PR 1924.C 434 2010. 2010, you'll notice, is our year of publication. C actually probably stands for Chaucer. However, we have all this other stuff. So it's not as easy to browse Library of Congress. You really got to get that call number and then go and find it upstairs. You got to write it down. You got to take a picture of it or something. Because if you just go up to the third floor and start wandering and thinking you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm writing about green roofs, I'm going to go to the G's, not going to work. You got to get that call number and find the section. Now, there's another way to get books. If I can go back here. I'm going to scroll down a bit more. And here we go. Chaucer, A Bibliographical Manual. This one is in storage. A Critical Appreciation, it's also in storage. Chaucer, Modern Essays and Criticism, also in storage. Poet of Mirth and Morality, in storage. Storage is this big, I don't know, vault, I guess, behind the circulation desk. It's about 100 yards long, 3 stories down. It's 3 rows of big bins, what are essentially like recycling bins, full of books and CDs and DVDs. When we want something from storage, we click on the title. It's going to seem scary, but it's awesome, to be honest. And we say, oh, I would like to get this book. I'm going to sign in. pick up, send request. And now this is where the fun begins, as Anakin says. The robot goes and gets the bin. Literally, so we have these robots in the back of storage, and it's going to go back there, the big robotic arm, get the bin, bring it up to the circulation desk. Tomorrow morning, when somebody comes to work there, they're going to see a request from Andre Peltier, go to that bin, grab the book, and have it waiting on hold for me. So I walk over there, go in, grab something from the circulation desk, and I can walk back out. Super easy, super fun, and there are robots. Of course, there are robots living in a big vault of books. Sooner or later, they're going to start reading the books, become self-aware, rise against us. But until that happens, this is a really awesome, awesome system. Don't be afraid of storage. It's going to take me 2 minutes in the library rather than, 45 minutes wandering around upstairs trying to find something. You can get a bunch of stuff from storage, go pick it all up at once, check it out, you walk out of there. You got to use your Eagle card to check out stuff, your e-card. So remember that, make sure you have it with you. Get stuff from storage, get stuff from upstairs, or get stuff from, what did I just do? Whoops. Or get stuff from the ebooks. When we're talking about the library stuff, we have 3 places to find books: ebooks, storage, or the 3rd level. 2nd level's got children's lit stuff and government docs. 1st level, it's like computer labs and things. Storage gives us all sorts of space for other things, like computer labs, like the cafe in the basement, like classrooms. Now, if I want to take a look at a different aspect here, we can say, hey, let's look at databases. Now the databases we see here, there are 244 of them. These are services the library subscribes to that help collate articles. It's not stuff we own, it's stuff we've subscribed to, stuff we have to pay for on a yearly basis so we can access these things. You've already paid for it, it's free. If you tried to access this stuff without being logged into Eastern, there'd be all sorts of firewalls and they'd want you to pay, but we've got it. I want to suggest this one, Academic Search Complete. It's not the greatest database, however, it's broad. It'll have stuff about race and environment and conspiracy theories. We can go to a science one if we want all environment stuff, or we can go to a sociology one for race. But for something that everybody can use and find something, we'll use Academic Search Complete. Type in green roofs. At 2,000 hits, articles about green roofs. Biochar granulation enhances plant performance on a green roof substrate. Archaea rather than bacteria govern green roof greenhouses gas production. How cool pavement and green roof affect building energy performance. Oh, I like that. I can get full text here, read the entire article. I've got all my bibliographic information from my works cited page, authors, heat transfer engineering, I think is the name of the journal here, the year, the volume, the issue, the page numbers, our DOI. 11 tells us how many pages total it is. I mean, we can look at 26 to 36, kind of figure it out anyway, but that's got everything I need. I can click on find full text. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And here's my entire article. Perfect. So we have database articles. We have books and ebooks, which will get us hard copy books, ebooks online and stuff from store, both hard copy books from storage and upstairs on the third floor, and the ebooks. There's another place we can go to find stuff. I almost want to wait on this just because this video is getting long, but I'm going to give it to you anyway because it can be fast. Mel.org. If I want green books, green roofs here. Green Roof Ecological Design and Construction, Earth Pledge from 2005. Green Roof, a guide to their design and installation from 2011. Aha. 6 libraries have it. And say, get this from mel.org. I'm going to log in. Now, when we look at this drop-down window here and scroll through, these are all the libraries that participate in mel.org. This is the Michigan Electronic Library Catalog. I log in. So, say I want to get it at Halley Library, make sure you do that because otherwise you're in rough shape. Hit submit. And now this is going to be sent to me from the library that actually owns it, somewhere in Michigan. It comes from whoever owns it to our library. I get an email and I go and pick it up. It can't be done in a day because it's got to be sent from another library. It takes a few days, but it's awesome. It gives us access not just to EMU, but to libraries all over the state for free. It's a great service. At some point throughout the semester, I want everybody to use Mel, so we'll take a look at it again in a few weeks. You don't have to use Mel for paper 1. You do have to find a source, start analyzing it. I will post a list of things to start looking for when you're analyzing an article or a book. Tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on when, maybe today, if you're reading this in the morning or watching this in the morning, I'm going to have an office hour Zoom meeting from 12:30 to 1-ish. So show the office half hour. I'll be in my office. I will open up a Zoom meeting and I will take any questions or whatever if you want to log in and talk to me. You don't have to. It's up to you. But we haven't done it yet. And we can sort of meet face to face and chat for a little bit. 12:30 to 1 o'clock Zoom. I will email you a link in the morning. Have fun. Keep wearing your masks. Stay safe. Have a good couple days.